Hey guys, welcome to Hormones Schmormones. Today we're going to be making a super easy red lentil dal that is 3 ingredients: spices, coconut milk, and lentils. And on the side, we're going to be making a really quick cauliflower rice. All right, so for the cauliflower rice, I have about a medium cauliflower, and I'm just cutting down the florets just to be able to fit into the food processor. Don't worry about even cuts on this. It absolutely doesn't matter because you will be pulverizing it. Once all your cauliflower is in the food processor, pop the lid on and just pulse a few times. Just a quick check. Want it to look a little bit like couscous. I think my pieces are a little bit too big, so I'm just gonna pulse it a couple more times. Now it's very important that you don't let the machine run because your cauliflower will turn into mush if you let it run for too long. So keep an eye on it, pulse it a couple times, and you should be good to go. For our cauliflower rice, we've decided to use some cloves of garlic and some onion just to give it a bit more flavor. We'll put some spices in there as well, but for just standard kind of cauliflower rice that you're just using as a side dish, like for this dal, you can use literally just cauliflower. Going on the dal before we cook the cauliflower rice. So I'm starting out here with 2 cups of lentils, and I'm just going to give them a quick rinse in cold water. All right, we'll just set that aside for a second to drain. In the meantime, I'm boiling 1.5 cups of water in a medium pot. So we're going to let that come to a boil. I'll open our can of coconut milk in the meantime. All right, so now that our water is boiling, I'm adding in the, the coconut milk. Sorry, Vanessa. Splattered her in the face. And then the lentils. And we're just gonna give this a quick stir, and we're gonna let this cook for 10 minutes. And you just wanna bring it back to a boil and then let it simmer. Keep an eye on it because coconut milk can burn. So just keep an eye on it. I keep mine at just over low heat to keep a low simmer. And you can stir every so often if you'd like. All right, so while our dal is cooking, I'm gonna get going on the cauliflower rice. So I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of vegan butter. We are using Earth Balance sticks today. And I've got the stove at about medium heat. In our recipe, because we were using garlic and onions, I'm gonna pre-saute the garlic and onions before I put the cauliflower in. If you're using just cauliflower, feel free to saute the cauliflower. You can also saute it in a little bit of water to kind of steam it. I like it a little bit crunchy. You can cook it as long as you like, but be aware that it does get soft and soggy, so there's kind of a sweet spot, just kind of like pasta. Just throw the onions in the pan. Your pan should actually be a bit hotter. I threw mine in a little too early, but that's all right. We're getting a little bit of a sizzle going on here. And we're gonna saute this for about a minute. We're gonna throw the garlic in and then saute it for another minute or two till it's fragrant. So we're gonna add our garlic. Always keep an eye on garlic because burnt garlic doesn't taste lovely. So I just lowered the heat a little bit, and I'm gonna keep an eye on this as we go. All right, so our onion and garlic are nicely sauteed, and we're gonna add the cauliflower. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of water just to help steam it a little bit. Actually rinse out the coconut milk can, so it'd be like coconut water, which is great. All right, so now we're gonna season this. This is very versatile. Again, you can even season it with nothing because it's really serving the purpose of like a couscous, but We're gonna jazz it up a bit with some pepper, salt to taste, and some Italian seasoning. And I'm turning the heat down to low. I'm just gonna mix this up and let it cook. So our timer went off for the dal, so it's time to put in our lovely spice mixture. In here is 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 2.5 teaspoons each of cumin and turmeric, salt, about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I'm also gonna put some fresh ground pepper to taste once I've mixed this in. So we'll just dump it all in here, add the pepper, and we're just gonna let this cook for another few minutes just to cook the spices. I've been adding water through the cooking process because they're still super crunchy, and what the water does is steam it, so it'll soften the cauliflower rice a bit. This has been cooking now for about 8 minutes. So our dal is ready to go. Cauliflower rice is cooked. We're gonna start assembling a bowl. I usually do the plate about half and half. Because it's cauliflower rice, you can pretty much have as much as you want. And a scoop of our amazing dal. This is the basic bowl. We're gonna add our cucumber yogurt sauce to this as well. The link will be in the description. Our lentil dal and cauliflower rice is all ready to go, and it's just time to put the finishing touches on top. We made our cucumber yogurt, which I'm gonna put a dollop on, as well as sriracha, because I put sriracha in everything. All right, so it's time to try. I mixed mine all together because I think that's the best way to eat this, but this is so good. This spice mix, you can probably use it for chickpea curries, any sort of bean mixture. It's just phenomenal, and the yogurt sauce just gives it kind of like that cooling effect. It's really good. And there you have it, lentil dal with cauliflower rice. Today we're gonna be making a super, are you laughing at me? I f***ed up in the beginning. Okay, let's try it again. Can you see the absolute disaster in the background? You can! You can! Yes, there's shit everywhere. Which is 1 tablespoon of curry powder, 2.5 teaspoons of both cumin and turmeric. I'm gonna have to say that again. Oh, sriracha. Our chickpea, oh no. It's not chickpeas, it's lentils. Okay, try again. Sorry. The best like that, but everyone, no, I f***ed up. Start again. I didn't say, there you have it in this episode. I was saying now? Kind of late now, no? Or I'll just say it right now. And there you have it. Lentil dal with cauliflower rice.